Hatha, Raja, Karma, Jnana, Kriya, and Bhakti. For over 5,000 years, these systems of yoga have been the main variations practiced around the world. Until now. Goat yoga is where people go to either an indoor studio, outdoor enclosure, or a park, and do yoga with goats climbing all over them. To an outsider like me, this trend just seemed like the next in a long line of superficial social media fads. I needed to find out what all the fuss was about. But first, I got in touch with the founder of Goat Yoga, Lainey Morse, to find out where she thinks goats are the best animals for yoga and how it got so popular.
They have this quality about them. It's just calm, and they possess all these traits that humans have a hard time obtaining. They're calm, they eat only what they need, they're funny, they're mischievous, and so they make you laugh, and so I think it's just all that combination that makes them a great therapy animal. I started inviting people over who I knew were like stressed out or just got diagnosed with something or, just not happy. And everybody, when they leave, was happy. And so I was like, this is like Goat Happy Hour. One of the people that were at that Goat Happy Hour asked me if I would donate a kid's birthday party to charity. The person that showed up at that birthday party was a yoga instructor. We're standing out in the field and the goats are, all around us, and it's just super beautiful. And she's like, you should let me have a yoga class out there. But I just want to say the hard part of LA is that most of the time these people bring their goats inside yoga studios. And that is absolutely against my rules because I think when you make the goats go into the human world, which is a studio with lights and, just not outside or in a barn, it makes it look like a circus.
I still needed to see for myself what this is all about. Taking Lainey's advice into account, I avoided any classes held at an indoor studio and headed over to a special Halloween yoga event at a local urban farm.
It's being the change inside of this farm that's so easy because the authenticity of the goats allows us to leave our judgments and ego outside the farm and come into our happy place, which is authenticity.
So people have asked us, why pajamas? Why costumes? It's still a business. It's marketing. At the end of the day, we want to have people come back or come to our program as opposed to going somewhere else. So we have found little novel ways to encourage people to come and participate. And being that it's Halloween right now, Halloween costumes would be the ideal order of the day. So one of the most curious things about goat yoga is it's been on trend for about 2 years now. I think it's kind of at its peak. We'll see how it continues. People come to goat yoga because they're coming for the Instagram photo. They're coming for the experience, for the bucket list experience. But when they get here, at least for us, for our goat yoga, I think they just make a connection. It's why we have people come and bring friends and do it again. We also look forward to working with other organizations as people recognize that a goat can also be a service animal in the same way that a horse can or that a dog can. Because as you see, she just wants me to pet her. And it's a very interesting concept when you're thinking that it's basically livestock. And one day we think it would be a great thing with military and PTSD, having them come and just do goat yoga with their families.
That was an interesting point. I had not even considered the fact that goats could be used as therapy animals. So today we were planning on shooting goat yoga in Pasadena in Brookside Park, but there's almost an issue with the weather.
Thank you so much. So Tammy told me to bring.
It was still threatening that it's going to rain between 10 and 11, and well, 10 and 12.
Can you believe it?
Now we're here, it probably won't, but yes.
Okay.
So do you
The next event I chose to investigate was a charity fundraiser put on by a local physical therapy practice to try and figure out if Danette's therapy idea had any substance or if there was something even deeper to that.
Definitely having a 35-pound goat or a 45-pound goat jumping onto your back when you're taking some of those poses, your core definitely engages more. Obviously, it's not a static weight. You know, the goats are moving and they're walking on you and they're moving, and so that weight is shifting all the time, and so your muscles and your core do have to work with that, so it's a little more unpredictable than just a static weight. So it's definitely very, very challenging, and it adds to that exercise and definitely ups the intensity.
Last year, I decided to get 2 baby goats, Spanky and Pippin, and someone sent me a viral video of people doing goat yoga, so I thought, why don't I train my goats to do goat yoga and see if people in Los Angeles want to try it. I started wanting to do more therapy stuff because I saw how happy the goats made people. We've done a few events in the past where someone had a death in the family or someone was going into hospice, and people wanted us to bring the goats by to like give people a good afternoon. And so that sort of got the wheels turning in my head about, hey, like maybe there's another aspect to this that I'm not thinking about, which is doing something good for people, making people happy and making people laugh. And that's really why I started Party Goats LA, and now we're starting to do more of that, where we're able to just brighten people's days, help them get out of their head, help them be in the moment, and it's really rewarding. You know, we're challenging people to sort of go with the flow and live in the moment and just accept whatever is coming at them.
I looked at putting the event on actually at our clinic, which is an indoor clinic. For me, having participated in goat yoga previously in an outdoor location, it was that connection to nature that just really made it more special. So just being on the grass, having the trees around, and just being within nature just really adds to the whole effect of doing the goat yoga class. I think it's definitely a very positive thing. I think if people could interact with the goats like the people did today, it just lifts everybody's spirits. It's so nice to have that interaction with nature and with these creatures who are just, they have such different personalities, and it's just a fun event.
After attending 2 of these classes, I was starting to realize that there was a bit more behind this. But I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just my opinion. So I talked to some people after the class.
I was really skeptical.
Going into it, did you think it was like just a gimmick? Like you didn't...
100%. And it is, but it's fun. It brought yoga into a new light, I think. I would actually try yoga again because of this.
So regular yoga, I think it's more intense. It's more, relaxation, meditation, more concentration on the moves, meditation. I think this is a little bit more light. It's more laughter. Obviously, you're interacting with goats, so you're going to be laughing and having a lot of fun. So I think this is more interactive, but I still think they were good at stretching, so I think that helped a lot too.
I was very skeptical. I thought I was going to get kicked by one of those goats. I think it was more of like a spiritual thing too because of the goats. I think the goats definitely made the yoga experience a lot better. And when the goats hit my pressure points, A+.
And then inhale that arm back up.
During the making of this film, I had a death in my family. And I can say that the 2 times that I was happy were at Lavenderwood Farms and at the event with Spanky and Pippin. No matter what else was happening in my life, when a goat came over to me, I instinctively started petting it and started to feel better. Even through all the ridiculousness of costumes, there was a benefit to being around these goats out in nature. I had originally thought that this was an activity exclusively for the hipster trend chasers looking for their next big likes on Instagram, but there may actually be something behind this.